It's Halloween! What am I doing? Buckle up, gang. We've got 2 videos to do today because it's the end of the month as well. Say you've had a few...
So you've had a few things drop. Chat Pile, Bloom, Saint Seneca, albums you may enjoy more than I did. But I'll be talking about this today.
Alright, it's me.
Back again.
And just want to draw your attention to the new album by Witch Fever called FEVEREATEN. What better band name to talk about on Halloween? I'd heard of this Manchester lot before, but never got around to checking them out until today. And this is their 2nd album, and I see that they're friends with the band Knives, who I spoke about near the start of the year, so that's cool. What's on the menu today, Warner Childs? We've got 12 tracks for you, running at 43 minutes. Starting with track 1, Dead to Me. Off with an energetic bang they go, and we're introduced to their world, and love all the tom rolls and heavy bass before it all explodes. And is this the only breakdown on the album? Maybe they aren't the band I assume them to be, as she belts out the lyric, I got a glimpse of all your sin, dead to me, dead to me. After that, we've got track 2, Final Girl. Love the sounds they've got at the start of this track, and something about this song makes me think of the Pixies, and it's like pre-grungeness, but also the way she bends her voice like Adamant or Kate Bush. I guess in that sense it also reminds me of the recent Die Spitz album, with the way it's so grungy, and I love how chunky the guitar is on the chorus. Again, love any band letting the bass shine like this. We've gone from Dead to Me to I'm Alive within minutes, and I'm a sucker for overlapping vocals, and love that the chords change underneath it. That was a great choice. The only complaint with this song is just a smidge too short.
Now remember, Warner Child, you're talking about witches here on Halloween, so be careful unless you want some potion to slip into your tap.
Following that, we got track 3, The Garden. This was the 2nd of 4 singles for the album, and I'm a sucker for the chords used in this song. It's been a teenager of the 90s, and I really like the halftime choice, but it'd be huge in the right venue, and a lot of nice singing in this compared to the usual Riot Girl-esque shouting. Maybe you wonder if they like Svalbard. Up next, we got track 4, North Star. This was the song this morning that really had me hyped for this, Piece by Piece. Just made me think of MS Paint, the way she was boisterously yelling it out, and even though the music is like spooky, moody, post-rock almost all of the time, I love how the guitars sound, but there are like some State Faults-esque screamo moments that I, of course, love. Definitely my favourite on the album. After that, we got track 5, Drank the Sap. Again, some more super post-rocky, melodic, but haunting moments here. This is probably the most Halloween one of the album, verses-wise. Then it kicks off, and it's got like this crunchiness of Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire. And the end of this track will be amazing live. I picture the whole room moshing. Waiting for the grief to get me, I had nothing left to give. And then we've got track 6, Safe. It's the last of the 4 singles, and you could say this one is kind of indie with the first riff. Again, I love the tone, the clean guitar, and some ominous reverb. It's perfect for this time of year, and that halftime chorus just seals it with a kiss. Also, all of the choices at the end of pausing and stopping and starting, it was really great stuff. Glad I hadn't come across these singles before today to have a head start on this video, but it does make the album experience all that more better, but a bit like when you don't watch any trailers for an amazing science fiction film.
Horror warn a child, it's fucking Halloween!
After that, we've got track 7, FEVEREATEN, the title track. Start of this made me think of Soft Cult. Love all the background guitar ambience, and in fact the drums literally make me think of Explosions in the Sky. For a band who is a part of the Outbreak community, I love that this is how they sound. It's what got them the win today for me, and the riff when it kicks in on the chorus is mental. Love how angry the vocals get. Following that, we've got track 8, Burn to Hit. It's got a really interesting drum beat over some distorted bass and a really throbbing, angry chorus. And the vocals sound like they're in a church, caked in reverb. Again, some more really nice drums on this one. Burn to Hit. More like Born to Hit. Shout out to all the drummers that make being in a band a reality. Up next is track 9, See You Next Tuesday. I love that phased bass with the pausing guitar. Really love the production choices on here. It's got a nice sliding riff against some jarring shouting vocals of I'm the mother of my own destruction. There's something kind of Glassjaw about this album and the production that I can't really explain, but it's one of the reasons I really like it. Wish the end climax had a few more bars though. And then we have track 10, Reprise. It's a real mix of destructive stuff on this song. Even the band Health would be like, hey yo, what the fuck? Endless feedback and a very angry bass and half singing, half screaming, keeping us on our toes with what they want to do and could do next. Proper B-movie Halloween stuff, complete with a big old bell, like we just woke up the Undertaker at the end for that holy lightning strike. We've all been cursed. Following that, we've got track 11, Amber. Honestly, this will teach me for assuming they're a hardcore band just because they played Outbreak Fest. And I'm sorry for that brand of association. I really like how expansive and borderline psychedelic prog this is or could be, like Jefferson Airplane screaming about white rabbits and Alice in Wonderland. Even though it makes me think of The Cure a lot with its gothic moodiness, but then it also is kind of like Ethel Cain's slowcore. Felt like I'd stuck my hand into a lucky dip at a fate and pulled out a yo-yo instead of a badge. Or in this case, Paul Atreides and Witch Fever are the Bene Gesserit, and they're saying, come here and kneel and stick your hand in that box. Phenomenal track. And last but definitely not least, we've got track 12, I See It. All the poetic, religious shouting throughout this album did make me wonder if they love Me Without You as much as I do. And the guitars, they sound mental, like a church organ at an insane circus. And even though I probably wish Amber was the last track, this was quite an end to the album. Probably because of how they will end their set, I guess, smashing up all their instruments and leaving the stage a wreck as the amps feedback and before the tech rushes on to turn it all off before Newfound Glory comes on the PA. So yeah, I'd like them to experiment with more pedals and production on the next one. Remix yourselves, layers on layers, lose yourselves in the music at the moment. Anywho, this is a great album, and if this doesn't make them big, the next one probably will. That is why it most certainly is my album of the week. So yeah, got to do the end of the month video now. No rest for the wicked.